Welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a makeup tutorial, and it has been a hot minute since I've done a makeup tutorial, and it just feels so good to sit down and film how I do my makeup. So today's video is going to be using some new makeup that I got from ColourPop Cosmetics, and I had never tried this company before, and I am very impressed. Like, look how pigmented this eyeshadow is. So I will have their website linked down below. It's literally amazing quality, and what I love about this is their eyeshadows, you use your fingers with it. So like, look at how pigmented that is. It's literally amazing, and you don't have to use any brushes or anything like that. I still do go back in and blend out after I apply it with my fingers, but that's just me. I have actually never done anything like this on my channel before, like anything really colorful like this. So I'm really happy that I got to experiment and stuff like that, because I like to stick to neutrals because that is what people do on a daily basis. But it's always fun just to do something colorful, and anytime I want to do something colorful, I always love experimenting with purples. I just think it goes with a lot of different eye colors and skin tones. So I do have more of like a magenta purple on my lid, and then I also incorporated some of like a darker purple. So make sure to click that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye! So I've gotten back into primers recently, so I'm priming my skin before foundation with the Smashbox primer water. I've only used this a handful of times, so I don't have a review on it yet, but so far so good. Then I'm putting on my foundation. This is the Makeup Forever HD foundation in the color 118, in case you were curious. And I'm just buffing this all over my skin with my Makeup Geek foundation brush. Then I'm spraying my beauty blender with some Fix Plus by MAC, and this is some of the new scented Fix Pluses in the scent Cucumber, and it's just really refreshing for the summertime. And I'm just bouncing my beauty blender over my skin just to ensure that the foundation is really pressed into my skin and not just sitting on top. Then for concealer, I'm using my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the color Vanilla and Custard. First I'm using Custard, and then I'll put Vanilla right over top of that, and that just creates like a shade in between the two because I don't want it too light or too dark. And then, as usual, I'm highlighting my chin, forehead, and down the bridge of my nose. And for this, I'm only using the vanilla shade. I'm not mixing the two, just so the highlight in the center of the face is a little bit lighter. And then, as always, I'm blending it out with my damp beauty blender. This is the only way that I blend out my concealer until I find something better. This is just what I do. And then you can use an eyeshadow primer, but I always just run a little bit of concealer over my eyelids to prep for shadow. Then I am using the middle shade in the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, and this is called Lyric. And then I actually ended up mixing it with a little bit of Lucid, which is the kind of peach color, because I didn't want my highlight to be that light. And then, of course, we are contouring with the same palette. I'm going in with Subconscious, and I'm using a smaller contour brush just to carve out the cheekbones, and then I go back in with a larger contour brush and Shadow Play, which is that middle contour color. Actually, it's more of a bronzer color for my skin tone, so that's why I go back in with that, because it kind of warms up the face a little bit and blends out the contour. Then I'm contouring my forehead a little bit with the color Shadow Play in that same palette. Then I'm cleaning up my contour with the color Levitation, and I just like doing this because it just ensures a perfect contour. And then for blush, I'm using this ColourPop blush in the color Prenup, and it is the perfect blush color. It's so neutral, not too warm, not too cool. It's just like the ideal blush color. And then this is my favorite part of doing my makeup. Can you see my excitement? This is Champagne Pop by Becca Cosmetics, and I'm just using this as a highlight, and I'm highlighting my cheekbones, my forehead, my chin. I'm basically bathing in this highlight. I absolutely love this highlight. Like, this tops Opal by like 1,000%. It is ridiculous how crazy this highlighter is. And by the way, I filled in my eyebrows off camera, and all that will be in the description box. Moving on to eyes, I'm using Peach Smoothie by Makeup Geek as a transition color, and I'm just buffing this from inner corner to outer corner all over my crease. Next, I'm using Creme Brulee by Makeup Geek, and I'm just doing the same thing that I did with Peach Smoothie, just layering colors. And the reason why I do this is because it creates dimension to the eye. And then I'm doing the same thing one more time with a shade darker. This is Frappe by Makeup Geek. And I'm just putting this on the outer corner and then blending it up in the crease. And you don't have to do this with as many colors, but I just like to because it makes sure that everything is blended out and it makes it so much easier to blend. Then with the star of the show, I am using Fantasy by ColourPop. And this eyeshadow is insane. The pigment is so crazy. And I love ColourPop eyeshadows because you just use them with your finger, and that's just like the easiest way to use it, and that's how you get the most color payoff. So I'm just applying it with my finger, and then I'm going back in with a brush and blending out the edges. And then I'm going in with Iridescent Purple by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I'm blending this on the outer corner of my eye and then up into my crease as well. And this is just going to make sure that the Fantasy color blends very nicely, and it's just creating a little bit more dimension to the eye. And then you gotta blend, so I went back in with Peach Smoothie and just blended out the edges. I am lining my waterline with a black eyeliner, and then for the top lash line, I'm taking Little Black Dress. You can just use any black eyeshadow that you have, and I am just lining the upper lash line with that. And you can use eyeliner if you want. You can do a winged liner. This is just what I chose to do, just so it blends in a little bit with my false lashes. I am just taking Fantasy again and putting that on my lower lash line with a flat definer brush, and I'm kind of mixing it in with that liner that we put on the lower lash line. Next, I'm just putting on my lashes. These are by Bliss, and then for mascara, I use the Rimmel Lash Accelerator. I decided that I wanted the look to be a little bit more dramatic, so I'm adding some black shadow on the outer corner of my lid and then making sure I blend it out. And then I go back in a little bit and touch up any of the purple. And then for lips, I'm using a ColourPop Lippy Stick in the color Bound. And this is just like the perfect nude color, and it is very glossy. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Let me know if you try it out and send me pictures to my Twitter and Instagram.